Hey guys, it's JW. Good morning. It's Monday morning here where I am, and I just finished up doing the middle school, my first stop of the morning, and it went pretty good. Typical people on a Monday morning are going a little too fast. Probably woke up late and a little more traffic than usual, so I'm guessing that's probably more a Monday pattern. It's hard to keep track of, it's only is this the third week of school, I guess, and so, I'm not really into the patterns of the traffic yet. We have some days where it's very, very light for no particular reason, and I really can't get a handle on it, other than I think people might be on those flex schedules or something. They come at different times. I don't know. Usually, it used to be that, you saw the same people every morning at the exact same time. Not so much now. I think since that when they shut down the country for that illness, they people changed their work habits and their work patterns, and people still, I guess, are allowed to work at home a couple of days a week. I have a friend who, he told me he works, he goes in the office twice a week, and then he works at home 3 days a week. So it's not unusual to not have the same patterns we had before that situation. And, I guess it's good. I mean, if you don't have to use your car, in fact, it's great for the person if you have a good environment at home to work in. A lot of people, I don't know how they'd get much work done. They just don't have the room, and I have friends, some of them have 3 kids, and they're bumping into each other all the time. Now the kids are at school, so that's gonna free up some space, but I don't know, it still doesn't look very conducive to a good work environment to me where you could concentrate. Some of them, the other ones have their own private offices, soundproof, the whole bit, and they do fine. And it's nice not to have to get in your car and schlep to work. It take an hour each way, an hour to get home. Probably saves the average person a couple hours a day, and not to mention the aggravation. And if you think about it, most people I know, they buy their lunch and then they have their coffee breaks, and I'm guessing they spend, I don't know, some of them get their Starbucks in the morning, and I'm guessing they spend probably $40 a day. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. Some of them wouldn't spend that much. Some of them might spend more, depending on what their habits are. But if you're at home, you can make your own coffee, you can make your own lunch. You don't have to get in your car. You save on the wear and tear on the automobile, not to mention the gasoline. And so it's really is a good situation. I would guess it increases your income quite a bit. Let's say you spend $40 a day, 5 days a week. That's $200 a week. That's $10,000 a year that you don't have to spend if you're working from the house. And so, it certainly has its benefits. And if I had a choice, I think that's what I would prefer. But I guess a lot of the companies want them back in the office now. And I think part of that is most of the companies today, they want the employees to be part of a team. Everyone calls it a team now. Team to me is, guys who play baseball and football and basketball, whatever. But, they use the team concept now. And I guess, in a sense, they're all on the same team in the sense that they're all moving toward the same goal to improve their product, and whether they're salespeople to sell more of the product to keep the company in business. And so I get the concept, but it gets a little annoying to me when I hear people always talking about the team, But again, it's not a big gripe of mine, but anyway, I think I'd prefer to work at home. But today was a lot of people they see me every day, and they know that if I start walking toward the curb, that I'm going to let a kid across. and they speed up. Now, I get it, okay? I'd probably do the same thing when I was their age. But today, one of the guys did it just as I'm ready to step off the curb, and he goes whizzing by me. And I don't give anyone the satisfaction of getting angry anymore. I guess it's called a shunning in certain cultures, where I just don't even look at them. They know they screwed up, and when they do it on the other side where the kid is, then I really get a little upset. But again, you can't show it because you don't gain anything by that. They're already by you. And someone told me, "Oh, get their plate number, take a picture of it." But I've talked to people who call the police, and the police say, "Oh, we'll give them a call and tell them to." I don't think they do. No offense to the police, but I don't think they do. I don't think they call anybody. And as they say, if they don't see it, it's just hearsay. You say I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, other than I just instruct the kids to always stay on the sidewalk until I tell them it's time to go across. And I make certain everyone is at a dead stop. If you're a creeper and a roller, I don't let the kids across until you stop. And that's just who I am. But anyway, it's a nice day up here. A little bit overcast, but temperature-wise, I think it's 62 degrees this morning. A little warmer than yesterday. A little warmer than the weekend, which was a really nice fall weekend. Everyone was out apple picking. I have a farm. I have several farms near my home, but there's a big farm right near my house, about a quarter of a mile down the road, and it's called Apple Cider Farm, Cider Hill Farm. I'm good. Cider Hill Farm, and they have a great operation there. They must be weighing the money. That parking lot of theirs on weekends, packed full. And that parking lot is big. I'll bet it holds, I don't know, 250 cars. And maybe more, maybe 300 cars. And it's always packed. And they're coming out. And people buy the apples, the cider. They go the apple picking. They have tours around the farm. They have food trucks. They have inside the farm store. They have everything you could ever want. All the merch and all the maple syrups and apple ciders, and they make their own honey. They have about 200, 300 chickens. They sell their own eggs. It's quite a nice place. It's a little pricey for my, I buy my eggs there once in a while, and I get my honey there all the time. They have really delicious honey, and it's reasonably priced. I mean, comparative to other honeys, honey's expensive. For an 8-ounce, a 16-ounce jar of honey, I pay $25. But I've seen some places that charge you that for 8 ounces, so it's actually a pretty good deal. And when I tell you it's a delicious honey, I consider myself a honey aficionado, if you will, and it's the best honey I've ever tasted. And so I go through quite a bit of honey, probably, I don't know. I usually get if they have it and it's not coagulated. The problem with honey is it stays in a jar too long. It gets coagulated and thickens up. I like my honey to be on the thinner side. So if they have the thin honey in the big jars, which is, I think it's 48 ounces, and it's about $55, but it lasts pretty much 6 months or so. And I take a tablespoon every day and mix it with apple cider vinegar, and it seems to keep me healthy. I think it's good for your immune system. Everything I've read about honey and apple cider vinegar, is good for your immune system. I also add a good quality cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon, or a real good quality cinnamon, and I add that. You can just sprinkle it right on the tablespoon of honey if you take it by the tablespoon. And I just, what I do is I mix, the honey and the apple cider vinegar together, and rather than put the cinnamon in it, because it'll thicken up the honey, the apple cider vinegar too much. Cinnamon doesn't blend well, so I just spray a little bit. I grab a spoonful of honey on the side and just spray a little cinnamon on it and take that. And cinnamon, of course, is good for your blood pressure, and has numerous other health benefits. And someone did a video on it saying that it's good for, I'm trying to remember what they said, maybe the heart, but it has a lot of health benefits. So, I take that every day. The honey, cinnamon, apple cider vinegar. I take a good quality liquid mineral and liquid vitamin. And I'm rarely ever sick. It's a rare moment even just the sniffles, I don't usually come down with that. So I think whatever you do to build your immune system up and keep it strong, I think using natural products is the way to go, in my opinion. I don't even take as much as a Tylenol. I don't trust any of that stuff. And I know it's helpful to some people and they need it or whatever, but not for me. I can always find an herbal product that will suit my needs and not give me any kind of side effects from it. So anyway, it's a little after 8. I'm going to start preparing to get to my spot. I don't get my first kid till about 10 past. And it takes about a week or two for me to realize that certain kids show up at certain times. And the first kid usually comes at, like I say, 10 after. Never later than that. Usually between 8 after and 10 after. And he's always on a bicycle. So I cross him and get him going. And I like being there for him. So I'm going to head out. I hope you folks have a great day. Happy Monday, as they say. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.